Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel Jungkook Lover, because what you're about to see today might be one of the most unbelievable moments in global pop culture this year. Have you ever witnessed a performance so shocking, so unexpected, that the entire internet suddenly stops and asks the same question at the same time? What if we told you that a single dance performance has once again pushed Jungkook into the center of a global conversation, not just among fans, but among fashion critics, music experts, and even cultural analysts around the world? Yes, you heard that right. At the Hublot L'Officiel 2026 event, something extraordinary happened. Cameras were rolling. Celebrities were watching. The world's most exclusive fashion and luxury icons were gathered in one place. And then suddenly, Jungkook stepped onto the stage. What happened next? No one expected it. A brand new dance. A completely different aura. Movements so precise yet so emotional that even people who had never followed BTS before were left speechless. Was it just a performance, or was it a statement? Tonight we're breaking down the moment that has fans screaming, analysts debating, and the internet exploding, because what Jungkook just did might change everything. And trust us, you're not ready for this. The night of the Hublot L'Officiel 2026 event was already expected to be glamorous. For weeks, whispers had been circulating through fashion circles and entertainment media about which celebrities would attend the highly anticipated gathering. Known for blending luxury, culture, and artistic performance, the annual event had always been a stage where creativity met prestige. But even the most experienced observers of the industry were not prepared for what would unfold when Jungkook arrived. Long before the performance even began, the atmosphere surrounding the venue had already started to feel different. Fans had gathered outside hours earlier, holding banners, light sticks, and phones ready to capture even the smallest glimpse of the global superstar. Some had traveled from other countries just to stand near the red carpet entrance. For them, the possibility of seeing Jungkook for even a few seconds was worth the journey. Inside the venue, the tension was equally intense. Influencers, fashion editors, designers, and celebrities filled the seats, many of them whispering to each other about rumors that Jungkook might not just attend, but might perform. But perform what? No official announcement had been made. No rehearsal footage had leaked. No hints had appeared on social media. And that was exactly what made the mystery grow. Then the lights dimmed at first. The stage remained completely dark. A low, almost cinematic sound began echoing through the hall, causing the audience to lean forward in anticipation. Screens surrounding the venue displayed abstract visuals, moving shadows, fragments of light, shapes that seemed to pulse in rhythm with the music. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then suddenly, a single spotlight appeared. Standing in the center of the stage was Jungkook. The reaction from the audience was immediate. Gasps filled the room. Some people stood up instinctively, trying to get a clearer view. Cameras flashed like a storm of stars. But it wasn't just his presence that stunned everyone. It was the way he looked. Jungkook appeared dressed in an outfit that perfectly balanced elegance and rebellion. The styling reflected the luxury atmosphere of the event, yet carried a bold artistic edge that hinted at something experimental. The moment he lifted his head and looked toward the crowd, the energy in the room shifted. Then the music changed. What followed next would soon become one of the most discussed performances of the year. Jungkook began to move at first. The choreography seemed slow and controlled. Every step felt deliberate, almost like a story unfolding through motion. His movements flowed between strength and softness, between sharp precision and emotional expression. It was not the kind of dance that simply aimed to impress with speed or complexity. It felt deeper. Something about the performance suggested that Jungkook was communicating something beyond the choreography itself. As the music intensified, the pace of the dance began to shift. The controlled elegance transformed into explosive energy. Spins, drops, and fluid transitions appeared one after another, executed with the kind of confidence that only years of discipline could produce. Audience members who had initially watched with curiosity now looked completely stunned. Phones rose higher into the air as people realized they were witnessing something that would soon spread across every corner of the internet. Within minutes, clips from the performance began appearing online, and the reaction was immediate. Across social media platforms, viewers began sharing the same message again and again. Did you see Jungkook's new dance? What was that performance? Is this his best stage ever? The speed at which the clips spread was astonishing. Within hours, millions of people had watched the moment when Jungkook executed the most talked-about sequence of the performance. A sudden, gravity-defying transition that seemed to pause time for a brief second before exploding into a powerful final movement. Even professional dancers started analyzing the choreography frame by frame. Some pointed out the unusual blend of styles used in the routine. Others noted how Jungkook's body control allowed him to shift seamlessly between contrasting movements. Many agreed that the performance demonstrated a level of artistic maturity that went beyond typical idol choreography. But the conversation didn't stop there. Fashion critics also began discussing the performance, particularly the way Jungkook's presence aligned with the artistic theme of the Hublot L'Officiel event. Some described the performance as a fusion of luxury and modern performance art. Others called it a moment where music, fashion, and dance collided. Yet perhaps the most fascinating part of the entire reaction was how the performance seemed to resonate even with people who were not necessarily part of the BTS fandom. For them, the clip represented something different. It was proof that Jungkook had evolved into more than just a pop star. He had become a performer capable of commanding attention in any artistic environment. Meanwhile, fans around the world were experiencing a mixture of excitement and disbelief that ARMY communities began dissecting. Every detail of the performance. Was the choreography hinting at a new concept? Was the music part of an unreleased project? Why had Jungkook chosen this specific event to debut such a dramatic dance? The more questions people asked, the deeper the mystery seemed to become, because the truth was, no one had expected Jungkook to reveal something like this at Hublot L'Officiel 2026, and not even the most dedicated followers had predicted it. And yet, here it was, spreading across the internet faster than anyone could control. Some fans even began speculating that the performance might be connected to a much larger plan. Perhaps it was a subtle preview of something coming in the near future. A new era, a new artistic direction. Maybe even the beginning of a project that had not yet been announced. Those theories only fueled the excitement. The next morning, entertainment media outlets around the world began publishing headlines about the moment. Articles described the performance as jaw-dropping, unexpected, and mesmerizing. Comment sections filled with debates. Some viewers argued that this was Jungkook's most powerful stage since his solo promotions. Others believed it marked the beginning of a completely new phase in his career. But the most intriguing part of the discussion came from industry insiders. Several entertainment analysts pointed out that choosing the Hublot L'Officiel event as the platform for such a performance was a strategic move. Why? Because the event attracted not only music audiences, but also global fashion elites and luxury brand executives. In other words, Jungkook wasn't just performing for fans, he was performing for the world. And the world was watching. As more videos from different angles appeared online, viewers began noticing additional details within the choreography. Certain gestures seemed symbolic, some transitions looked intentionally theatrical, and the final pose, the one that ended the performance, left the audience frozen for several seconds before erupting into applause. That moment alone became one of the most replayed clips of the entire night. Even days later, the discussion had not slowed down. Reaction videos flooded YouTube. Dance studios uploaded breakdowns of the choreography. Fashion blogs analyzed the styling. And fans continued debating what the performance might mean for Jungkook's future, because if there was one thing everyone could agree on, it was this. This was not just another stage. It felt like the beginning of something bigger, something mysterious, something that might soon reveal itself in ways no one expects. But the biggest question remains unanswered. Was Jungkook's jaw-dropping dance at Hublot L'Officiel 2026 simply a stunning one-time performance? Or was it actually the first hidden signal of a massive new era that could change everything for BTS and the global music industry? What do you think? Is Jungkook quietly preparing something the world hasn't discovered yet? Or did we just witness the opening move of the most surprising comeback in pop history?